My name is Makini Prasad Hickinson, and I head the Department of Statistics. I'm joined this morning by Mr. Julian Lake, representing the Minister of Tourism, Economic Affairs, Transport, and Telecommunications, as well as Ms. Joyanne Van Arneman, who is Senior Statistician and Project Leader of the Labor Force Survey 2017, which is a project that we are launching this morning. As usual, before we get underway with a major household survey, we try to bring as much information to the general public so that everyone is fully aware of the details of the project and what can be expected. This time around, we will be collecting data from a random sample of 1,200 households across the Dutch side of St. Martin, and the topic of focus will be the current labor market on St. Martin. So generally, we will be asking a number of questions to persons within the selected households about whether they are employed or not, and then some specific questions about their situations within their present job or jobs, or situation of looking for a job. This study was last conducted on St. Martin in 2013 by STAT, and given the fact that we aim to carry out such an inquiry at least once each year, you can say that we are past due at the moment. The survey is an important one because based on the input of all respondents as a whole, STAT will be able to draw new conclusions and report on whether economic variables such as unemployment, youth unemployment, income levels are improving or deteriorating on the island. Once we have the full cooperation from the public, this enables us to update earlier statistics, and this provides policymakers with facts that they can use to then assist the community and specific groups in particular who may need special attention. These groups can include young persons, single mothers, persons who have reached certain ages and find themselves needing to change jobs, and so on. These are just a few of the indicators that we would be able to report on. So we are calling on the general public to give STAT its full support. The survey starts today, and we hope to wrap up the data collection in 6 to 8 weeks maximum. I would now pass the floor to Joyanne, who will give further details on how we plan to carry out the field work and what type of questions households can expect.
As McKinney mentioned, we are starting off the survey today with 10 interviewers going out into the field. We're hoping to reach 1,200 households, and the survey has 4 major sections, each of which should be expected to take about 10 minutes to complete, depending upon the responses of the household. The first section is a general question section, just to establish the makeup of the household, the makeup of whether it's a family, whether it's extended family or immediate family, etc. Just some general information about gender, age, so that we can then classify information into the different categories. Second section is about education, both past and current, just so that we can establish and make links between education and the labor market, and who has jobs, what kind of jobs they're going into, etc. The third section is a section on the employment status, so whether they're unemployed and looking for work, retired, working currently, as well as some specific information about the type of job they're doing, whether they're contracted, whether they're full-time permanent employees, and the different benefits, etc., that are offered at their place of work. And the final section is a very short section on income, just to establish the income levels of those different age groups and the different demographic groups that we have established in the previous sections. As mentioned, each section is expected to take about 10 minutes, depending on the responses and how much education, how many jobs, the type of jobs, etc. So the entire survey should take about 40 to 45 minutes to complete.
Life is a journey, full of connections. You're in safe hands, even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telcel, when you want more.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000 guilders really easy. Island Finance. For education, a renovation. That's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
A standard, let's say, sample size equation that we have, and based on the total number of households that we calculated most recently in 2014 after the household listing, which was about 14,000 plus households, we came up with a sample size of more or less 1,200, and these were representative over the 8 districts of the island. So it's a cross-section, and it's a pre-assigned list of households that we will give to the interviewers that they should approach.
What I'm asking you, how did you make the selection? 2014, 2017, we are 3 years later. The dynamics in the household may change, people may move. How did you make that determination as per the selection?
So we have a database of addresses, and this is based on the last survey. So irrespective of who is living at the household, we take we need the 1,200, and that is, as I said, irrespective of who is living at the household, it's just 1,200 households that we need to speak to.
Good morning.
Morning.
You made mention that this survey has been done annually.
Yeah. Well,
why such a long pause from 2013 to 2017?
As I said, we aim to conduct this survey every year. That is our goal. We haven't actually achieved that as yet. Since 2013, we've had a number of other major national household surveys that we conducted. We're still a small team, so we are not able to conduct everything at once. In 2014, we had the household listing survey. In 2015, we did the household budget survey, and this survey was scheduled to start last year, but due to different circumstances, we weren't able to have the project funds approved on time to start last year, and that's why we are starting. As the year has opened, this would be our first major undertaking.
What kind of a data was collected during such a survey the last time around?
As Joyanne just went into, basically the same. The survey has 4 different modules where I think the most important would be the employment and the unemployment modules, but we also ask general information about the composition of the household and also the educational background. So we are, as I mentioned, trying to capture from households what is their situation where it comes to the supply of labor. Are they working? If so, where are they working? We're trying to find out what are the number of employed persons on the island, what industries are persons employed in, what kind of wages are they earning in these jobs, and also looking at persons who are not employed. How long have they been looking for work? What are some of the reasons why they are not working, etc.
Well, the question should have been, how many persons were unemployed during the last survey?
In 2013, we estimated the population at around 36,000 plus, and at that time, approximately 1,900 plus persons were unemployed, or 9.2% overall.
Yeah, sorry. Good morning.
Good morning.
When will the survey be completed? How much time have you scheduled for it?
We've scheduled maximum 8 weeks, but we're hoping to be complete within 6 weeks. So we're looking at between 6 to 8 weeks. So by March 11th, we would like to be out of the field.
March 11th.
Yes.
And then it will take time to process the data before you come up with a report. How much time will that take? When do you expect to be able to present the results?
We are looking at to be ready with preliminary results by the end of May 2017.
End of May. Oh, that's pretty quick. Yeah. Another question. I think it was last year or the year before that that Dutch Institute did a survey here whereby interviewers returned results like with 100% scores, and that whole survey was declared invalid by that institute. I guess you're not using those interviewers anymore?
No, we are not. Yes, they at that time had a very high response rate of about 92%. I think it was in that raised questions with the Institute. That team of interviewers included persons that worked with STAT and also persons that have not worked with STAT before, but we are not using, we do not work with those persons anymore.
Do those interviewers get a specific training before they go into the field?
For this survey? Yes, we had 5 evenings of training last week where we gave intensive information on what the survey is about, what we need them to do, how we need them to approach the project. Yes, so the entire week last week they were in the training session with us.
Thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you for the information. This survey, is this one of the surveys that is covered under the legislation that the interview participant, random household selected, cannot refuse to participate? Yes. And what is this, if you can explain that, if someone refuses, what is the penalty?
Well, the statistical ordinance just highlights the fact that without collecting this kind of data, government is not able to serve its people as it would be able to with the information. So we haven't in the past put forward any penalties for refusals, but if the response rate is not to a sufficient standard that we're able to use the data, then we are looking into things like fines or different measures that can be taken, because it's more to kind of, we prefer to take the carrot approach than the stick approach, and just really encourage people to understand what the data is going to be used for. We're not allowed, and we will not be passing the data on to any third parties, to any other government departments either. The data is used strictly for calculation of group statistics, so it's not even your individual data that's going to be pulled out. It's all done in percentages and grossed up. So the information is safe. All of the interviewers have to sign confidentiality agreements, and it's really used to benefit the people. So we're really hoping that people would take that incentive rather than thinking about what could possibly happen if they refuse to give us the information.
How many interviewers do you have for the entire project?
We're starting out with like we said, we want to definitely be finished within 8 weeks, hopefully within 6. So we're starting out with 10 interviewers in the field, but it can go up to 13.
Oh my, what an inventory list, and so unnecessary. But wait, your home contents are all insured by Be Sure. That means that you determine the amount you want to insure. No inventory list, no hassle.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Bob, I can understand why you're parking so carefully. Of course, when you can get 80% discount on your Be Sure car insurance. But that's overdoing it, Bob.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah!
The idea of establishing a national development fund on security. Are those plans still in motion?
Very much so. I think with the Minister of Roaming, I've taken the initiative as a member of Parliament at the time, to have the development bank formed. And recently the SEC issued its report relative to things about the development bank, and we are committed to proceed and have that development bank. I will also mention that in discussions with Parliament during the 2017 budget, the desire has been expressed, and it was also our plans to do so, I think I mentioned that in 2016, to embark on a process plan to have funds that are held by people abroad without asking questions return to St. Martin to be part of our economy. Those funds, the idea is that they pay a reduced amount to repatriate those funds to St. Martin, as well as the legal lines are looking into to require, as an added incentive, that they invest part of those funds in the development bank. In that manner, create the capital that's going to be needed to have the development bank function and grow the economy and so on.
When they have finished on the beaches. You mentioned that you were going to have a safe discussion with the Minister of Media in particular to address that situation. Where are you at now in handling this trade-off situation?
Still in the discussion phase with the Minister of Health. He also expressed concern about it. And it's mainly due to the condition of our beaches and the state that they're in, especially in the Phillipsburg area. And then I had a discussion with a doctor, and the doctor told me, do you know that the feces from dogs can make children blind? And I told him, I didn't know that. He said, yes, it can make children blind, and he was happy to know that a discussion such was taking place. But at the other end, he's also a dog lover. And the question he put, are you going to put them down? I said, I haven't reached to that part in terms of what do we do with the dogs when they are all rounded up, because I know here in St. we have some serious dog lovers, and that will be another discussion we'll be having all over Facebook and the newspapers. Look what they're doing to all the dogs. What I'm saying to residents, what I'm saying to people that own these dogs, put them on a leash. Put them on a leash and tie them in your yard. Because, you know what I ask people to do? Each and every one, walk Phillipsburg Beach. Not when there are ships there. Not when there are people on the beach from the cruise ships. Take a Sunday when there are no ships there, and you walk the beach. And tell me what you think about the condition of Phillipsburg Beach. And then when you come back here in the next press briefing, you ask me a different question. And you will understand the urgency and the seriousness why this particular issue needs to be tackled.
Chair Lady of Parliament is looking forward to discussing this in Parliament, providing that your ministry handles it as soon as possible. How soon do you intend to present such a document to the floor of Parliament?
Thanks. First, just a note to my colleague minister. I am a dog lover as well. I walk my dogs every afternoon. As a matter of fact, that's probably the best time to get me on my phone. But actually, the regulation of domestic animals falls under TI, and I support the review of the policies in terms of how people manage their pets. But that actually does fall under TI, so just so it's really clear. But again, as we've talked about before, there is this cross-border implication across ministries and why we can't think in silos. So there's a health aspect to it, and there's the policy aspect to it. So again, these things all do go across borders. Stephen, to answer your question, the proposal for addressing the abuse of the 6 months contracts or short-term labor contracts, if you remember, has already been submitted to Parliament. As a matter of fact, there was already one or two meetings with Parliament, and then the elections came and nothing happened. So just as a refresher, there is a proposal for changes to the Civil Code, as well as a consensus document that was agreed upon by all of the stakeholders, so that's unions, business, and government, as to a framework for labor reform. And that's something I'm very proud of, that we have full support of all of the participants. And so that will lay out, so once we go through Parliament, even now already, that is serving as a legislative framework for the department to start working on how we will adjust the policies to reflect what is in that consensus document.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
One,
2,
3,
4. This is how common it is to develop a mental illness. 1 out of every 4.
4,
4.
4. But there is hope. Today, most mental illnesses can be managed and treated. Visit your general doctor if you feel concerned about your thoughts and behaviors or have some difficulty dealing with some of life's issues.
If you have been diagnosed and are suffering from a mental illness, keep in mind these 4 points to help you manage your mental health.
1. Get regular checkups with your general doctor.
2. Stay on your treatment plan to prevent relapses.
3. Find a strong support group in your family and friends.
And 4. Never be afraid to ask for help and look out for the warning signs of your illness.
Remember, you are not alone. We are as close as one.
2.
3.
4.
Learn about mental health illness by going to the Mental Health Foundation's website at www.mhf-sxm.com.
And we move on from here through the year as we go on after the 22nd of January, that the press would be following what is happening within our celebration year. We would extend an invitation to the press to join us at Ebenezer. That's out in Marigot for our opening service, as was mentioned, on the 22nd at 5:30 in the afternoon. And we will keep the press informed as to activities leading up to the closing of the year with our activities.